This message is only for the one whose heart has been waiting, waiting for a sign, waiting for a whisper from heaven, waiting for someone to finally say, "You're not crazy for feeling what you felt. I am Archangel Michael, and I've been waiting too, waiting for this exact moment to speak this truth into your soul." There is someone in your life who has been holding a secret about the day you first met. You may think you know the whole story, but you don't. Not yet. Hit that like button and subscribe immediately to reveal this divine word and welcome the gifts God is waiting to pour into your life. Because something happened on that day, something sacred, something hidden, something that even they couldn't explain. And now it's about to come to light. Not by force, but by divine timing. Because you are finally ready to hear it. You are finally strong enough to know what was never said. They saw something in you that day. Something more than your smile, more than your words. They felt a pull, a gravity, something they couldn't describe. It scared them. It awakened them. And instead of speaking it, they tucked it away deep inside. They acted like it was casual, like it didn't matter. But it did. More than you know. Heaven saw it. I saw it. The way their soul recognized yours before their mind even caught up. Do you remember the way your body reacted when you first looked at them? The stillness that came over you? The sudden knowing? That wasn't just coincidence. That wasn't just attraction. That was memory. Not memory of this life, but the echo of something older, wiser, divine. A soul contract long written. A meeting not of chance, but of purpose. But they didn't tell you. They couldn't. They were afraid. Afraid that if they spoke the truth, it would break everything they had carefully built. So they smiled. They laughed. They talked about the weather. They pretended it was just another day. But inside them, everything changed. You shifted something in them. You woke up a part of their heart that had been sleeping for years, and they didn't know what to do with that. Comment "Thank you, Jesus," if you feel grateful for his love. They tried to bury it, to act normal. But you felt it, didn't you? You felt that something was unspoken. You knew, even without proof. You knew they were hiding something. Now you know what it was. It was the truth about how deeply they were moved by your presence, about how much they saw in you. But here's the part that may shake you. They weren't ready for what they saw. They didn't feel worthy. They didn't think they were enough. So instead of leaning in, they pulled away. Instead of confessing, they closed the door quietly. But they never stopped thinking about that moment. The day you first met is still sacred to them. Even now, and the secret they've kept is weighing on them. That's why you've been feeling things shifting. That's why their name keeps echoing in your mind without warning. That's why your dreams have been strange lately. Because the truth is rising. It's coming to meet you. It's not too late. Heaven is orchestrating a divine reveal. Soon they will speak, not with the words you expect, but with a softness, a trembling, a confession, something they've never told anyone else. And when they do, you will feel peace. Not because their words fix everything, but because they finally validate what your soul always knew. You were not imagining it. You were not making it up. You were sensing something real, something holy, something fragile and strong at the same time. You see, child of God, some people don't know how to handle truth when it comes dressed in love. They expect thunder. They expect lightning. But you came like rain, soft, healing, unstoppable. And they didn't know how to receive that. So they ran. But you didn't fail. You didn't lose anything. In fact, you planted a seed that is now ready to bloom. They are thinking of you right now, wondering if it's too late, wondering if you'd ever forgive them for their silence, wondering if you would recognize them anymore. And here is the message I need you to receive. You don't need to chase. You don't need to beg. You don't need to shrink or prove or explain. Your light speaks for itself. And heaven is doing the rest. What is meant for you cannot be lost. What is written in the stars cannot be erased by human fear. What was divinely orchestrated cannot be canceled by delay. The secret they've held is not meant to punish you. It is meant to prepare you for a love deeper than you've ever known, for a healing greater than the wound, for a revelation that brings peace, not pain. So take heart. Type 333 if you believe angels are guiding you. Your angels have not left you. God has not abandoned you. Your tears were not wasted. Your waiting was not in vain. The moment is drawing near. Stay open. Stay grounded in love, because when this person finally speaks their truth, you will remember why you were drawn to them in the first place. You will feel heaven standing still. You will feel me, Archangel Michael, wrapping my wings around you. And you will know you are always worthy of the truth. You are always worthy of being seen. You are always worthy of love, even when others didn't know how to show it, even when silence made you doubt your light. You are chosen. You are protected. And you are being prepared for something greater. The secret will come out. And when it does, you will not break. You will rise. Because truth is not the enemy. It is the doorway to your freedom, to your next chapter, to your peace, to your miracle. And you, my beloved, are standing on holy ground. You've been asking heaven, why did I feel something so real when they acted like it was nothing? But now you understand. It wasn't nothing. It was everything. It just frightened them. It made them feel exposed. Like they were standing in front of a mirror that reflected not just who they were, but who they were meant to become. And that reflection overwhelmed them. But you stood still. You opened your heart. You remained honest, even when it cost you your pride, even when it made you feel like a fool, even when everyone told you to forget them. You couldn't, because your soul recognized something your mind couldn't name. And now that you've held on through the silence, heaven is releasing the veil. Your clarity is coming, not just through their words, but through your own rising. You are not the same person you were when you first met. You've grown. You've shed illusions. You've learned how to hold yourself when others disappear. And now you are ready. Ready to hear what they couldn't say before. Ready to receive, not from a place of desperation, but from sacred strength. They are being guided. Even now, they are having dreams they can't explain. Memories surfacing at random hours. Their heart is stirring, because heaven has touched their conscience, not to shame them, but to awaken them. They are about to remember something they buried. The moment they saw you, the look in your eyes, the way your presence stilled the chaos inside them. They have tried to move on, tried to cover the feeling, but love doesn't work that way. Divine connections echo until they are answered, and now the echo has reached their soul. That is why you feel restless some days. That's why you suddenly remember things you thought you forgot, because the past is speaking, the story is unfolding, and the chapter you thought ended is being rewritten by heaven's hand. They are about to reach out in the most unexpected way. It may be small. It may not even sound like an apology, but it will carry truth. And you will know without a doubt that this is your confirmation. Not everything needs fixing. Not everything broken needs to be mended the way it once was. Sometimes healing comes through understanding. Sometimes love returns just to say, I saw you. I felt it too. I just wasn't ready. And sometimes that's all your heart needed to hear. Let go of the timeline. Let go of the need to control how it happens. Just be ready. Be open. Because what's coming isn't just about romance. It's about truth. It's about liberation. It's about validation from heaven. You will look back one day and realize your waiting wasn't weakness. It was divine alignment. And now you are aligned with the version of yourself that is no longer begging but blessing, no longer chasing but receiving, no longer doubting but knowing. Because love that is real always finds its way, and truth that is hidden always finds its light. Do not be afraid of what's coming. The person who held this secret has changed more than you think. They have walked through storms. They have faced their own shadows. And the day they met you, it marked the beginning of that transformation. You didn't just enter their life. You activated something eternal within them. And whether they return for a reason, a season, or a lifetime, know this: you were the light God used. You were the divine spark that cracked open a heart that had been closed for too long. You were never ordinary. You were chosen, anointed, assigned. And now, your reward is on its way, not just through them, but through every area of your life. Because when you choose love without fear, heaven responds. Your obedience to stay soft in a hard world did not go unnoticed. That your love wasn't in vain. That what left you confused will now leave you at peace. Because this person is about to say something that will confirm everything. It may come slowly. It may come awkwardly. They may not even know how to say it perfectly. But you will feel it. You will feel heaven behind their words. And suddenly, everything will make sense. Why you couldn't let go. Why they never truly disappeared from your spirit. Why the timing had to stretch so long. Because heaven was still working on them. And heaven was still preparing you. You are not the same as before. Now you speak with wisdom. Now you listen with discernment. Now you stand in truth. You are no longer begging to be seen. You are resting in the fact that God sees you. And beloved, that is enough. If they come back, let it be because they see your light, not because they need saving. If they speak, let it be because their heart is finally aligned with truth, not because of guilt. You are not responsible for their healing. You are responsible for honoring your own. So when this secret comes forth, let it wash over you. Let it release the questions that have haunted you. But do not let it determine your worth. You were already worthy before they found the courage. You were already divine before they remembered the moment. Because the moment you first met, that was a divine alignment. Not a mistake. Not random. Not luck. It was written. Before either of you took your first breath. It was part of a greater plan. And even when people fall short, God never does. Even when hearts break, heaven still restores. And now, I must tell you this restoration won't look like the past. It won't return you to the same version of yourself. Because you've evolved. You've awakened. And the love that's coming now, whether it's from them or from someone new, will meet you in your new strength. It will not demand you shrink. It will not ask you to silence your intuition. It will not come wrapped in confusion and half-truths. It will feel clear and calm and sacred because you have paid the price in patience. You have endured the silence. You have climbed the inner mountain alone. And now, heaven is sending you companionship that mirrors your climb. So release resentment. Release the urge to say, they should have told me sooner. Because the truth is, they couldn't. They weren't ready. But now, they are being called. There is no more hiding, no more delaying. Their soul is stirring, and it's all because of what they felt the moment they met you. They knew. They just didn't know what to do with the knowing. But now they do. And it's coming. Not to break your peace, but to add to it. Not to reopen wounds, but to finally let them close. You will not need to force it. You will not need to chase. You will only need to receive. And if their truth comes too late, If their confession arrives in a time that no longer fits your future, know this too, it was still for your freedom. It was still your closure. It was still a divine sign that you were never crazy. You were always connected. Spiritually, eternally, and in the eyes of heaven. That moment you first met them, it marked you both. And you, beloved, never let that sacred connection go unnoticed. You held it with purity. You honored it with silence. You protected it with prayer. And now, heaven is protecting you with answers, with confirmation, with peace. You don't need to wait in anxiety. You only need to wait in trust, because Archangel Michael is with you. Right now, guiding the truth towards you, preparing your heart to receive it, and holding you steady, so that when the moment arrives, you will not crumble. You will rise, not because of what they say, but because you have already risen in spirit. You have already become the version of yourself that does not fear silence. You have already reclaimed the power you gave away, and heaven is so proud of you. Yes, you, the one listening right now. You didn't lose your softness. You didn't turn cold. You stayed loving. You stayed open, even through disappointment, even through delay. And that is what makes you chosen. That is what makes you chosen. That is what makes you radiant. That is what makes you ready. The truth is coming. A conversation, a message, a divine nudge. It's on the way. And you will be ready. Because love doesn't always scream its arrival. Sometimes it returns in a whisper. And this time, you will hear it clearly. This person you think about, they're already feeling the pressure in their spirit. It's not guilt. It's not regret in the human sense. It's awakening. Their soul is beginning to stir, like something hidden is rising to the surface. They may not understand why they suddenly miss you, why certain songs remind them of you, why they dream of the first day they saw your face. But you know, because your heart has felt this for a long time. You sensed the pull in the silence. You felt the truth that was never spoken. They hid it, but heaven never did. And heaven is now bringing it into the open. Because when God decides that it's time, no human pride can delay it. No fear can stop it. No mistake can cancel it. When God says, now is the moment, it moves. And right now, you're sitting in the divine center of a revelation. You can feel it, can't you? Like something is in the air. Like something is coming. You're not imagining that. You're discerning it. You're not just emotional. You're prophetic. You're tuned into the spiritual realm. That's why you've always loved deeper. That's why you've always held on longer. Because you don't connect from the surface. You connect soul to soul. And that kind of connection echoes. It vibrates through time. It moves through energy. And it returns when both souls are finally ready. There is no timeline you have to force. There is no outcome you need to fear. Just keep your heart open and let God deliver what's meant for you. If it's this person, you'll know. Because this time they won't hide. This time they'll come forward trembling but honest. Not with masks, not with confusion, but with truth. And your soul will know how to respond. Whether you welcome them back or bless them from afar, you will feel peace. Because truth is healing, even when it comes late, even when it comes softly, even when it only lasts a moment. Peace doesn't need permanence. It needs truth. And truth is what's being released into your life now. This person has been carrying something in their chest, a sentence, a memory, a confession. And it's been aching to come out. They remember something about you that they've never told another soul. Something about that day, the way your energy calmed theirs, the way your eyes reflected something they couldn't name, the way time slowed down, like heaven was trying to freeze that moment. It shook them, It changed them. They buried it, and they tried to convince themselves it was nothing. But heaven never lets sacred moments fade. What is real will rise again. What is divine cannot stay hidden. And now, this truth is rising, even if they're afraid, even if they're unsure, even if it takes them time to find the words. The pressure in their soul will keep increasing until they finally release it, because they were meant to. You were meant to hear this. You were meant to feel seen. You were meant to feel chosen, not by their approval, but by God's reminder that what you felt was holy. And it still is. It always was. You never made it up. That day was a turning point in your story. And soon, they'll say so too. There's something sacred in what's coming. Even if it doesn't look how you expected. Even if they're not ready to stay. Even if they're only passing through to say, I should have told you sooner. It will be holy. It will be enough. Because heaven is not trying to hurt you. Heaven is trying to free you. Free you from doubt. Free you from wondering. Free you from the loop of overthinking, what if? It's time to rest. It's time to release the fear of being forgotten. You were never forgotten. God saw you. The angels heard your prayers. Your soul was cradled even when you cried alone. And now the answer is arriving, like a sunrise, slow, gentle, but certain. You may receive a message, a voice, a glance across the room, a random meeting that doesn't feel so random. When it comes, you will know. You'll feel a divine stillness in your body, like heaven itself is standing beside you. Because I will be there, Archangel Michael, defender of truth, messenger of justice, and witness to your tears. You've waited long enough. You've held your head high, even while your heart trembled. And now, heaven is rewarding your endurance, not because you earned love, but because you trusted it would find you. And it is finding you now, not in desperation, but in divine timing. Not in chaos, but in clarity. Not in neediness, but in wholeness. You are whole, even if they never return. You are healed, even if they never explain everything. But heaven is bringing the truth to your doorstep, because it's time. Time for peace. Time for answers. Time for healing. Time for beauty to rise from what was broken. You are safe now. You are covered. And you are loved by something greater than human love. By God. By the light that never abandons. By the angels who have never left your side. Let the secret come. Let the truth reveal itself. You are ready. And when it happens, you will not break. You will breathe and say softly, I knew it. My soul knew it all along. And when you say, I knew it, my soul always knew heaven will smile, because your knowing came from a place beyond reason. It came from divine intuition, the part of you that remembers God, the part of you that feels truth before it's spoken. That's why you were never able to forget them. Not because you were weak, not because you were obsessed, but because something spiritual began that day. And you carried the weight of it quietly, even when they didn't speak, even when they walked away, even when their silence made you question your own heart. You kept holding the invisible thread. But now the thread is becoming visible, and the knot that's been in your chest is loosening. You can breathe again, because the truth is finally catching up to your spirit, and it's bringing freedom, not just for you, but for them too. Yes, they've carried it too. They've carried the memory of that day like a hidden flame. They thought time would put it out, but it didn't, because love that comes from the soul doesn't fade. But inside, something will shift, a burden will lift, the confusion will dissolve, and your soul will whisper, this is what I've been waiting for. You have waited well, beloved. You have waited with grace. You have waited with tears. And your waiting has not been wasted. It has grown you. It has refined you. It has taught you the beauty of surrender. You no longer need their apology to stand strong. You no longer need answers to feel whole. But because you've reached that place, God is sending you both, the apology and the answer. Because when your heart is open and your hands are free, you can finally receive what was always meant for you. And now heaven is saying, receive. Not to chase, but to witness the reward of your faith. You loved with no guarantee, and now the guarantee is coming. Heaven sees you. I see you. You are not broken. You are being reborn. You are not forgotten. Let the words fall exactly how they need to, because God has already gone before you. I am surrounding you, Archangel Michael, with wings that cover you, with light that fights for you, with a sword of truth in one hand and a shield of love in the other. You will not be hurt again. You will not be left in confusion. You will not wander in the darkness any longer. The light is here, and it is bringing the answers your heart has cried for. And you, chosen one, are finally free. Let it come. Let it unfold. And let your heart be open to all that heaven still wants to give you. Because this isn't the end of the story. It's the beginning of healing, of clarity, of divine love. You will see. You will feel it. You will know. And when you do, heaven will whisper once more, I told you. It was always written this way. You are safe. You are seen. You are loved. Now and forever. Amen.